Something big is happening to you, Gemini. Can you really feel this moment? Saturn. Yes, Saturn himself, the astronomical figure who rules time and destiny, is beginning to rewrite the script of your life, 16 years ahead. How? What? Why? You ask yourself, but these are not just questions. They're necessary questions, because what's happening this year can be described as momentous. Imagine the disappearance of Saturn's rings. Yes, that's right. This astronomical phenomenon is one of those phenomena that happens once every few decades. And for you, Gemini, it's not just an accident. It's a signal. This is the moment when karmic events line up to change your reality. With each passing day, you will encounter changes that will force you to look at yourself, the world around you, and the future in a completely different way. Are you ready for this upheaval? After all, 2025 will be more than just another year. It's a moment when your path, it's no longer the same. Ask yourself this question. Are you ready to go through whatever Saturn has in store for you? Are you ready to change your destiny? Saturn in 2025, the beginning of a new era. Saturn is not just a planet, it is almost a character that is impossible not to be reckoned with. In astrology, he symbolizes karma, discipline, and long-lasting change. He confronts us with inevitable lessons that are not always easy, but always necessary. Saturn forces us to face reality, choosing between illusions and truth, and helps us build a solid foundation for the future. He postpones rewards, but does so for the sake of deep transformation, which happens slowly but surely. The year 2025 is when Saturn will decide a lot of things for you, Gemini. This planet's influence on your sign will be particularly strong, as Saturn will begin to rewrite your life scripts, forcing you to rethink everything from work to personal relationships. You will be asking yourself, who am I, and where am I going? This year is shaping up to be a pivotal year because Saturn is not just strengthening, but changing your life in the most unexpected ways. In 2025, karma will catch up with you with such force that you won't be able to stay the same. Every step will matter. You will be challenged to test yourself and reaffirm your readiness for new conditions. This is the year when your destiny begins a new, completely different path. Karmic events of 2025, a warning from the universe. In 2025, karma for Gemini will escalate. There is no hiding, no avoiding. Saturn, in his typical style, will put you in front of important challenges. What's in store for you? The loss of old connections. Karmic cycles are forcing you to break away from the past, and it will be painful. Old friendships, relationships, or even jobs that you've based your stability on will begin to disintegrate or change. You'll have to let go. And, perhaps for the first time, you will realize, not every person who has been there for you can walk with you into the future. Karmic cleansing. This process will require honesty with yourself. Saturn, as a stern teacher, will force you to face your weaknesses. You may be confronted with things you've been trying to ignore for a long time. Unexpressed feelings, unrealized dreams, false expectations. Anything that needs cleansing will be brought to the surface. Are you ready to face it? Breaks with the past. Karmic events may bring unexpected breakups related to setbacks in business or personal life. But each of these breakups will be necessary. There are no random events. Everything has a purpose, to make room for new beginnings. What are the lessons to be learned, Gemini? The year 2025 holds lessons that are impossible to miss. Saturn will test your resilience, maturity, and willingness to move forward despite challenges. You'll have to learn to let go and forgive, not only others, but yourself as well. Be prepared for difficult choices, but know that they will lead to your most important victories. Rewriting your destiny. How Saturn changes your life scripts. When we talk about rewriting our life script, it's not just empty words. Saturn forces us to take a look at our path and reconsider everything from making key decisions to realizing what was important and what were just temporary illusions. This process can be likened to a reboot. It's as if your life is turning into a blank slate on which you are now writing a new, more mature and realized script. How does this happen? First of all, Saturn forces us to face reality. You can no longer ignore your weaknesses. You can no longer live according to old patterns. External circumstances, work, relationships, place in society will begin to change because your inner world is undergoing a tremendous shift. What seemed important before may become unimportant, and vice versa. What you have been ignoring will come to the fore. Career changes. Gemini may find itself at a crossroads when you have to revise your career guidelines. Saturn will prompt you, what is really important to you? Maybe it will be a move to a new job, a career change, or a step away from career ambitions in favor of something more harmonious. Personal relationships. Many Gemini will experience a turning point in their personal lives. Dissatisfaction with the old state of things, moving away from toxic connections or, conversely, getting closer to those who would be more important. Saturn will demand changes that will probably bring you both pain and depth in relationships. Inner transformations. You, Gemini, are prone to inner metamorphosis like no other. Saturn will immerse you in working on yourself. Who am I? What is important to me? These questions will run through your head all year long, and each time you will seek more mature, honest, and accurate answers. Saturn will rewrite your life, but you will not be a victim of circumstance. You will be the author of the new script yourself, and this, though difficult, will be a chance for rebirth. The disappearance of Saturn's rings, an astronomical event that will change everything. Imagine, in 2025, Saturn will lose its rings. This is a rare astronomical event that doesn't happen every day. Saturn's rings aren't just the majestic picture we're used to seeing in astronomical images. They've always symbolized stability, limitation, and order. Now they're disappearing. But what does this mean for Gemini? The disappearance of the rings is a sign that old limitations will no longer hold you back. It is a symbolic moment when you, Gemini, will be freed from long familiar frameworks. It's like a release from the past, when old habits and old mechanisms cease to operate. Just as Saturn changes its rings, you will begin to transform your life, from your thoughts to your actions. Why it matters. Given that Saturn in astrology is associated with karma and lessons, the disappearance of its rings indicates global change. For you, Gemini, this is a chance to get rid of outdated behaviors and set in motion a new wave of change. Old ties, old fears, old limitations will all go away to make room for new possibilities. How will this affect your life? The karmic and personal freedom this astronomical phenomenon will bring will be felt throughout your life. Big changes in work, profound changes in personal relationships, and a rethinking of what's really important to you. Saturn is removing old boundaries, and you'll have the opportunity to walk a new, broader path. So don't miss your chance, Gemini. This event is not just astronomical, it will have a reflection in your destiny. That moment when the rings disappear could be the starting point of your new path. Meaning of the 5 marks of destiny for Gemini in 2025. In 2025, fate has more than just everyday events in store for Gemini. This year is a turning point where Gemini will feel the world changing and they won't be able to stay the same. These will be the 5 marks of destiny that will not just affect their life, but will definitely change it. So get ready. You will experience both moments of happiness and serious challenges. 1. Grand karmic lessons. Fate will force Gemini to face something they couldn't ignore. Whether they will lose something old, break with familiar people, or internal conflicts, these will be lessons that will show their true path. A sign that they must let go of the past to make room for the future. 2. Trials that lead to success. Tests of strength await the Gemini. These are not just challenges, but key moments that will have a profound impact on career and personal life. These tests can be both external, in work or relationships, for example, and internal, at the level of self-understanding. 3. A series of karmic cleansings, clearing old debts, whether financial or emotional. The year 2025 will bring moments when you will need to get rid of unnecessary things, financial issues, old relationships, unsuitable habits. It will be painful, but necessary. 4. A chance for happiness, which has not been for a long time. Fate will give Gemini a chance for inner harmony and true freedom. It may be a new love, success in the professional sphere, or even inner acceptance of themselves. This chance will not be repeated in the coming years. It opens now. 5. Important changes in your social circle. In 2025, many relationships will be changed or ended. But this will only bring relief, because old connections will no longer interfere with new opportunities and people that will bring Gemini a new life. New contacts will bring more opportunities. What events will be most significant? Without a doubt, karmic purifications and the chance for happiness. These events could be the foundation for Gemini's new life in the next 16 years. To read these markers correctly, it's important to realize these are not mere coincidences. They are moments that will have deep significance and should be seen as a chance for a new, more conscious path. Gemini and their mental changes, how thought transformation will lead to new successes. The year 2025 will bring a global change in the way the world is perceived for Gemini. Mental transformations will be incredibly important. You will begin to look at your life from a new angle, ask important questions, and seek answers that previously seemed irrelevant. And this won't just change your perception, it will create new opportunities. Career successes. Gemini, as never before, will become prone to intellectual discovery and realization of hidden potentials. Your professional ambitions will reach a new level. No matter how stable your career, 2025 will show that you are capable of more. It will be a year when you will gain confidence in your abilities. You will be able to easily fit into new projects that previously seemed complex or difficult. Intellectual development and learning. Many Gemini will feel a great desire to develop, learn new things, and master new skills. This is a good time to enroll in courses, start new projects, or rethink learning goals. This will be a year when new knowledge will open doors that will lead to success in different areas of life. Impact on personal life. Internal changes will also affect the way Gemini sees their relationships and partnerships. This may involve a new outlook on relationships with loved ones and what is important to you in your personal life. These changes will bring harmony and understanding if you are open to new possibilities. Be that as it may, mental transformation will be the key factor that will lead Gemini to success in a variety of areas. Inner development and awareness is what will underlie all changes and achievements. What are the karmic challenges in relationships for Gemini? With 2025, Gemini will find themselves in a new emotional space where their relationships, be it with partners, family, or friends, will be subject to profound karmic tests. Saturn, that stern teacher, will take control of crucial aspects of personal connections and demand accountability. Both challenges and opportunities for reconciliation are bound to arise during this period. Partner relationships. Gemini in 2025 will have a chance to rethink their relationship with their partners. This can be both an exacerbation of problems and deep internal transformation in the relationship. If the relationship was based on false expectations, it may be broken, but only to make way for a more harmonious and true connection. Perhaps someone from your past will return to remind you of unresolved issues that need resolution. Family and friends. Saturn's influence on relationships with loved ones will bring serious karmic challenges. For many Geminis, this will be a year of reviewing family ties, opening old wounds, and dealing with unresolved conflicts from the past. Periods of alienation may be replaced by bright moments of reconciliation, when finally it will be possible to get rid of toxic attachments and build new, more mature connections. Perhaps breaking up with relatives or friends is not just painful, but a necessary step for your growth and liberation. Breakups and reconciliations. Fate will play on contrasts, and for many Geminis, crucial breakups will happen according to karmic laws. But along with these are chances for reconciliations with those with whom one has not been able to connect for a long time. This reconciliation will be accompanied by a sense of liberation and new strength for the way forward. The theme of wealth and finance in the life of Gemini in 2025. The year 2025 will be a time of financial change and significant shifts in career and material well-being for Gemini. This year will bring financial destiny markers that will open new opportunities and require serious decisions. Financial destiny markers. In 2025, Gemini will feel that their financial situation begins to change. This will be due to both new opportunities, such as chances for career advancement, new business ideas or projects, and the need to make new decisions. Perhaps some financial obligations or debts will finally be settled, but this will bring both relief and demands for financial discipline. Saturn may challenge Gemini to open up new sources of income, but only if they are willing to be patient and responsible. Career impact. Gemini's career paths will also undergo major changes. This could be due to new professional ambitions to gain a foothold in a new role or project. Career twists and turns are possible in 2025 that will open up new horizons for you, but it will require effort and taking reasonable risks. Gemini will have to realize that success in this area does not come instantly, but through systematic work and awareness of their long-term goals. Financial well-being and stability. Many Gemini will be faced with the need to manage money more consciously. This may be a time when they decide to invest in long-term projects or change careers in order to achieve stability and improve their financial situation. But it is worth remembering that Saturn will test your attitude to money. If you show wisdom and discipline, financial stability will be possible. There may be uncertainties, but with the right approach you will find solutions that will bring you financial satisfaction in the long run. Thus, 2025 will be a time of global karmic change for Gemini, when they will not only face new opportunities and challenges in relationships and career, but will also be able to determine what their financial future will be like. The impact of eclipses on Gemini, 2025 as a moment of transformation. Eclipses in 2025 are not just astronomical events, they are moments of deep transformation that will affect all signs of the zodiac, but for Gemini, they will be especially significant. Eclipses always bring turning points, when the old is gone and the new is only at the beginning of its journey. The cosmic game of eclipses. In 2025, two key eclipses, the solar and lunar, will focus on the personal and career aspects of Gemini's life. The solar eclipse will bring new opportunities, dramatically changing their perception of themselves and the world around them. It will give a chance to renew personal ambitions and set new goals. A lunar eclipse will bring a release from the past, perhaps with the final closing of some life cycles and a chance for a new beginning, but on a more mature level. These eclipses may also sharpen inner conflicts related to the past, allowing Gemini to deal with them once and for all. Karmic cleansing. During these eclipses, karma will be influenced, and Gemini will be faced with the choice of either continuing to live according to old patterns or rewriting their destiny. This will especially affect their personal relationships, career, and sense of self-worth. Eclipses will help break old ties that no longer serve development, and will attract new progressive opportunities appropriate to the new stage of life. Impact on inner peace. Eclipses are always a moment for inner work and deep change. Gemini will have to go through a psychological cleansing, which may open their eyes to hidden talents and inner resources. By perpetuating the past, they will finally get a chance to build a future without looking back on past mistakes. How will rewriting your destiny affect your career and job success? The rewriting of destiny with the arrival of Saturn and eclipses will also affect not only Gemini's personal life, but also their career path. The year 2025 will bring not just new opportunities, but unexpected twists and turns that may not only alter their current work processes, but also lead to global changes in their profession. New opportunities. Under the influence of Saturn, which actively influences long-term plans, Gemini may encounter unusual offers in the professional sphere. It could be a promotion or a move into a completely new field. Career may finally take priority in Gemini's life, and they may feel it's time to take charge of their destiny in this direction. Unexpected twists and turns. However, on the path of Gemini will appear and unpredictable obstacles that will force to reconsider their goals. Periods of crises can become landmark moments that open new paths for professional growth. This is a time when failures can be hidden opportunities that in the future will bring long-awaited success. Being proactive and capitalizing on karmic chances. The year 2025 will be a key time for Gemini in terms of career. They should be especially active at times when events will unfold for them in the most favorable way. If they have time to take on new projects, improve their professional skills, or build the right connections, opportunities will open up in front of them that can lead to great success in the future. The timing of spring and fall is especially important. It is during these months that they will feel a boost of energy, allowing them to make the most of karmic chances. Key message. The year 2025 is a chance for Gemini to reassess their career direction and come to a deep confidence that their professional life will now follow a new, more meaningful path. Gemini and their inner world, a complete mental reboot. The year 2025 is a time for a profound inner transformation. The influence of Saturn and karmic eclipses will begin to rewrite inner scripts, forcing Gemini to rethink their perception of life and themselves. Emotions and perception of the world. Deep work on themselves will lead to a global change in the way Gemini sees the world around them. It will be like a psychological reset, where old patterns of thinking and emotional reactions will be replaced with new ones. Gemini may feel a rethinking of their outlook on life. Perhaps they will begin to see more meaning and depth in it than before. Your emotional response to external events will change. From superficial reactions, you will begin to feel and understand the world around you more deeply. You will come to realize that it's not that simple, and that every moment of life carries not only joys, but also lessons. Lessons of self-awareness and spirituality. This year will bring Gemini unique lessons in self-awareness that will address both inner harmony and deeper philosophical and spiritual themes. Saturn's influence requires them to be very disciplined about their inner world. They will have to learn to control their emotions and immerse themselves. Gemini will have to realize that on the path to mental balance, it is important to allow themselves to let go of old traumas and take responsibility for their own condition. This may be a time of meditation, self-discovery, or spiritual practices that will help them reach a new level of inner strength. Twists of fate in personal relationships, love, and new horizons. The year 2025 is not only a time of inner transformation, but also a turning point in Gemini's personal relationships. Saturn makes major adjustments to personal life, leading to karmic moments that cannot be ignored. Facing important choices. In relationships with partners, friends, and family, Gemini will face crucial decisions that could affect their future life. These choices will not only be personal, but also karmic. Love will be the very field where aggravation and rethinking will take place. There will be times when old attachments that get in the way of moving forward will resurface, but also times when the chance to find true love will come. Each event won't just be random, but a necessary lesson that will help Gemini break free of old emotional patterns and create healthy relationships on a new level. Karmic moments and creating a family. In 2025, Gemini will encounter moments when their karmic destiny will call for steps to create a family or, conversely, to break old ties that no longer serve the future. Karmic lessons related to family may require Gemini to part ways with toxic relationships, but also to open a new path with those who are truly close in spirit. This is a year when family is possible, and if Gemini open themselves to this change, their lives will be enriched by true relationships based on mutual understanding and spiritual connection. Future with love. Expect fate to lead you to new horizons in your personal life. No matter what challenges 2025 brings, karmic events will open up new opportunities for love and harmony in your family. Warnings for Gemini: how to avoid karmic traps in 2025. The year 2025 will bring with it not only fateful twists and turns, but also karmic traps that can become insurmountable if you don't heed the warnings. To avoid the mistakes of the past and not to repeat old scenarios, Gemini needs to be attentive to the signs of fate. How not to miss signs and opportunities. It is important to be especially careful about your emotions and decisions this year. Saturn will be active, and there may be moments in your life when old mistakes will be repeated, but in a new guise. Signs of karmic traps will be in the form of similar situations that once led to failure or disappointments. Recognize that failures are lessons, not the end of the road. Try to avoid the temptation to fall back into old, familiar but destructive patterns of behavior. Tips for avoiding Saturn's negative influences. Saturn will not only provide lessons, but also provoke internal conflicts. To avoid them, try to remain flexible and open-minded. Saturn will teach you responsibility, but at the same time, if you are too rigid or not ready to change, its influence can manifest in the form of karmic trials. Take care not to get caught up in cycles of self-destruction and negative self-image. Work on inner harmony and avoid excessive stress. How to prepare for 2025. Practical advice for Gemini. Preparing for 2025 requires realizing the significance of the changes taking place and a conscious approach to life transformations. Tips on self-development, meditation, and cleansing. In order to take full advantage of karmic chances, Gemini is advised to devote time to self-development. Meditation and cleansing practices will help you release old emotions and attune yourself to a positive perception of change. Apply visualization and mindfulness techniques to be in harmony with yourself and the world. This will strengthen your discipline and inner strength, which is needed during the testing years when Saturn will be especially active. Recommendations for important life changes. Gemini should actively work on personal transformation. It's time to change. This is an ideal period to begin a new path of self-discovery and self-empowerment. It may be time to make a career change, break free from old habits, or even start a new relationship that will help you grow. Reconsider your goals and life priorities. What in your life is no longer serving your growth and happiness? A turning point in Gemini's life. What's next? The year 2025 is a turning point that will begin to rewrite your life scripts for the coming decades. But what comes next? The beginning of change until 2041. This year will give rise to changing events that will impact Gemini's life in the long term, possibly until 2041. During this period, you will be learning karmic lessons that will affect every area of your life, from relationships to professional growth and self-discovery. Prepare for a profound transformation. How to handle this pivotal moment. The year 2025 will offer you incredible opportunities for self-improvement and growth. If you're attentive and ready for change, fate will lead you to success. It's important to remember that every moment and decision you make this year will make a difference. Use this pivotal moment to its fullest to build the future you want to live in.